Welcome back to our channel. This episode is the continuation of the inspiring true life story of how Moses transformed his financial tragedy to success. If you missed episode 1, kindly check the description below for the link to the video. Also, kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so as not to miss any of our videos. Episode 2. One fateful day, during a hectic rush hour, a flurry of orders flooded the cafe. The espresso machine hissed, and customers impatiently awaited their orders. But Moses was distracted. He was hunched over his smartphone, feverishly checking the latest scores and odds of one of the football matches that he had a significant bet riding on. As the cafe filled with the intoxicating aroma of freshly brewed coffee, Moses's attention was elsewhere. Orders piled up, and customers grew increasingly frustrated by the delay. His once impeccable work ethic had crumbled beneath the weight of his addiction. In that chaotic moment, he prioritized placing a bet over serving customers. His negligence was costly, not just in monetary terms, but in the form of his employment. The cafe manager, understanding and patient up to that point, had no choice but to let Moses go. His repeated lapses in judgment, driven by the insatiable urge to bet, had finally caught up with him. Moses, once the star barista, walked out of the cafe that day with a profound sense of loss and emptiness. Unemployed and grappling with the mounting debts resulting from his betting addiction, Moses's life seemed to be spiraling out of control. He desperately clung to the hope that betting would provide the financial salvation he so desperately needed. However, the allure of betting soon turned into a merciless adversary, taking more than it gave. For months, Moses wandered through life in a haze, chasing elusive wins and spiraling deeper into debt. He watched helplessly as the money he had saved for his education dwindled away. His family's financial struggles intensified, and he felt responsible for their plight. The weight of his addiction bore down on him, but he couldn't break free from its grip. Even in the darkest of times, a glimmer of hope can emerge from unexpected places. That glimmer would come in the form of an astonishing stroke of luck, a twist of fate that would challenge Moses's perceptions and set his life on a new course. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Moses's phone buzzed with a notification. It was a reminder from a betting platform he had been using. He had just enough money in his account to place one last bet, a bet that would either be his salvation or the final blow to his already fragile financial stability. With a mix of desperation and resignation, he decided to place the bet, a Hail Mary attempt to reverse his fortunes. He chose a couple of matches with favorable odds, wagering the meager 50,000 naira he had left in his account. As he confirmed the bet, he could hardly have anticipated the seismic shift that was about to occur in his life. The last match on his betting ticket unfolded with a tension that was palpable even through the screen of his smartphone. Each goal, each pass, and each minute that ticked away held the weight of Moses's hopes and dreams. The outcome was uncertain, but he clung to the fragile thread of hope that this bet might somehow alter his trajectory. Then, as the final whistle blew, Moses stared at his phone screen in disbelief. He had won, and the odds had worked in his favor. The 50,000 naira he had wagered had transformed into a staggering 4 million naira, more money than he could have ever imagined. It was as if the universe had granted him a second chance, an opportunity to break free from the suffocating grip of his addiction. As he looked at the balance in his betting account, the weight of his past losses and regrets began to lift. This unexpected windfall felt like a lifeline that would enable him to reclaim his life and, just maybe, rebuild the dreams he had once harbored. Amidst the highs and lows that characterized Moses's life, tragedy reared its heart-wrenching head once more. On the day of his graduation from the University of Ibadan, a day that should have been filled with celebration and pride, he received a phone call that shattered his world. The voice on the other end of the line carried the weight of sorrow, and as Moses listened, his heart sank. It was his mother, her words trembling with grief as she delivered the devastating news. His father had passed away. The man who had been his pillar of support, his source of strength, was gone. The news struck Moses like a thunderbolt. He felt as if the ground had shifted beneath him, and he struggled to comprehend the magnitude of the loss. It was a loss that eclipsed even the most challenging moments of his life, a loss that plunged him into the depths of grief. On that day, as he donned his graduation robe and cap, Moses was a mere shell of the young man who had once been brimming with dreams and aspirations. His father's absence loomed over the ceremony, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the impermanence of dreams. As he walked across the stage to receive his diploma, a hollow smile on his face, Moses couldn't help but feel that his achievements were now devoid of meaning. The pursuit of education, the relentless battle against addiction, and even the miraculous betting win, all seemed trivial in the face of his father's passing. At this juncture, how bad do you think it can get for Moses? Did it get worse for him? Or fortune eventually smiled on him? Did his life witness a turnaround? Drop your comment in the comments section. And watch out for the concluding episode